Hi, welcome to another exciting video where I'll be doing my monthly recap as I promised, and this will be for the month of I think it's December. December 2024. We're in a new year as when I'm shooting this video, but I think the month of December came with a bit of, let's say, psychological stress because I brought in a rule which again was due to a conversation I had with a colleague, and so I began to take, I've promised you I will never take partials, but the one I did was I brought my stops to break even, which I would not do again also, because just part of the rules, I target a 1 to 5, so if I don't break even eventually, because of the frequency of the trades I take and the time at which I trade, I would not actually have, I would be profitable in the long run without having to break even or move my stops. I can't take partials for some reason. I don't believe it is statistically wise. I know it makes sense to some people, but to me, it really doesn't make sense. But funny enough, when I'm shooting this video currently, I've not even gotten a trade in the year 2025. But let's not do much. Let's not dwell on that. Let's go straight to the chart and see the trades I took in the month of December 2024. So if you hop onto the chart, I'm using a dual view so you can see both ways how I think. Again, I just have this so you can see transparency, but really, if you want to know how I draw zones, then probably I'll have to teach you that separately. But if you look closely, let me just go back to the month of, so this is December. I'll delete this one. So we have December. Let me just go back here also. I think I'm drifting away from the second strategy. I just want to make it just this one because I think it just helps. But I'll speak about a rule I brought in from the previous strategy, which I might have revised for this one. And so let's go back. Let's go back in time. Where is it? Yeah, it's been quite hard for me to keep up with posting on Telegram before I take trades daily, or even I plan to start a live stream, but it's been quite hard. I have a ton of things to do, but I hope that I'll be able to do it. Okay, so this was the first day in the month of December. This was the very first day. This was Sunday and Monday, the first working day, and I got a trade which was a loss. Mind you, from November I already had 2 losses, so it was trying to see how I got this zone, but there was a zone here. Again, if you want to know how I drew the zone, that's something we can talk about later. So there was a zone here. I'll just draw it this way. And so when price came in here, it is 5 minutes now. Okay, so when price came in here, so I think the zone was around, it was up to here. So when price came in, I wanted to take the fair value gap here, and so I remember I took this trade from here, somewhere here. So I took it, I think it was from this guy. So it tapped in, I took this small one. I think the zone was, let me just take this backwards. Yes. So I took it from here. The zone was quite small here, and then it took me out. This was the 2nd of December. So this was the first loss in the month, which is fine. Fine. I took this trade actually. Then the next day again was another loss. And that's what I showed here. If we can scroll back in time, you would see that it's going to be based off a zone here. Let me just draw it so you can see what I'm saying. So you see, So the price came in here, and with this, I took the buy here from this candle here. Let me just use green so you can see it clearly. Yeah, this candle. So this is where I took the buy from, and immediately it went into some profits. As I posted on Telegram, I said some of your mentors would say take partials or whatever, and then it's now took me out for stop loss, which is fine. Two bad trades opening the month. Eventually it went my way, but it just, it's, so let me speak like institutional traders. What do they call themselves? So they will tell me that the reason why is this was, let's speak like them. It's fine. This was liquidity. To show you that we know some of these things, but I don't just trade that way. Then they tell you that, it came to fill some of the fair value gap here, and that's what the market did, and so it went that way. But I don't trade fair value gaps, and you would see it. I don't. So it tapped in and it went, but it shows that my direction was fine, but the way the zone was drawn was kind of not so good. I mean, and the funniest thing about the market was I was speaking with a friend that drew a zone somehow and had a similar case, and I was trying to tell him, by my strategy I could have done this, it will work for me. And the next day the market just reminded me that you're here to just make money. You really don't know what I'm going to do. So that's why I don't boast in the fact that I know what the market is going to do. I boast in the fact that probabilities will always even out. Yeah. So this was 2 days after. Yes, this was on the 5th, on a Thursday. So this trade, I took this trade, tapped in here. I took the trade. And when I took the trade, with this move, I felt like, it's just going to get to the profit. So I don't take partials. What I did was, the new annoying thing I did was, I brought the stop loss to this point. Yes, I brought it. So I broke even, thinking I was smart. Now look at what happened. So this was the next morning. Markets came in the London session, came back in, went my way. So but again, the idea is, when I put in this trade, to be sincere, I already planned to lose the money. Why not just leave it like that? So I know people will say, you had seen this move, blah blah blah, but again, when you took the trade, did you plan to lose the money? Yes. So if you plan to lose the money, that's how I see it. This really beats me up. I beat myself up. I didn't take any other trade in the month again. I was not just happy that, I slid back into my vomit. But I'm not going to do that anymore. So the point is, I'm just showing this to be accountable. That the point is, I could have just left it, and then this will have been a good trade. Now, this trade will have wiped off all the losses I've made in both November and December. That's the beauty of having high risk to reward, managing it in a good time. But again, this went my way. This should have been a profit, but I did not have profit on this. So because I broke even. So after this, there was no trade. The next day, there was no trade. I think there was no trade again for the rest of the month. It was quite all of the zones I marked out. This was a zone I marked. I expected the market to come here to take a buy. It almost and went. Let me show another one. Okay, there was. So it looked like the market was running away from my zones, which is fine. Or sometimes the market shifted to making major moves in London, the London time, again, which is fine. That's what people call the market cycle. Because of where I am, I can't trade the London session. So there was no trade. I was just thinking of adding things to my strategy. That's to show I'm human like you. Had no trades. This was tempting, but I wanted it to come here. These were the zones I wanted it to come to. You can see, if you know my strategy, on the 6-hour time frame. These were zones I wanted it to get to, ride or die zones. Never got there. I wanted it to take a buy from here. It hasn't got there till today. It's fine. But I think as we go and go, so I had this zone drawn. I drew this zone, this particular one. Let me change it to green so you can see. So you can see it's green and it's green here, showing it's the same. So I had the zone. Now, why I said I was going to review it is usually there's a way I wait for the time here before I take a trade. I wait for the next candle here should be an upward candle before. That's the 715 candle. But I should have taken this because it's already in the zone and it has taken out the London high if it's for liquidity. But usually I wait for this pre-New York high to be taken out. So for this case it's dicey, but I should have taken this one. I had about 10 minutes to make a decision, but I think I was not on the chart. I just felt like it's not going my way, so I left the chart. But I should have taken that one and it should have gone my way. That's one case. Very sweet trade, 1 to 5, sweet trade. Then there was another one. Now this one was the painful one and I'll show you why I did not take this trade. I had some zones here. I think I had the zone here. And because I'm not a very lazy trader, I'm very, very lazy. I want to stop that attitude in 2024. So no, I didn't have that. That was not the zone I marked out then. I think it was here. Or is it here? I'm trying to look out for the one I marked out, the specific one. Not here. It could not have been there. I think it's this one. Let me just put it here and see. I think it's this one. Yes. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's gone. So I didn't bother to. So I just left the chart. I just went to do other things and it came into this one I marked out. Let me just show you how I marked it so you can see how clean it is. Very, very clean. Very, very clean. It's too clean. This one. Like I just came back and I was just looking at the chart. I was like, what? I didn't expect the market to go. Again, this wasn't a week because for this pair, let me show you what I mean. I know this video is getting long. Please pardon me. But for this pair here, for my CADJPY, I know that anytime you have such move, is either something like this, like a week like this, and then goes. But I was like, oh, was it a week? So I just checked. I was like, nah, the market actually went there. It went there. Look at what it did. Went in there. Tapped it in with this candle. So the time for going into the trade, okay, let me show you. So I should have once I see this tap in, I'll put in for a buy stop here. This was about 13, I'll put 14 pips now until I get a 1 to 5. So this will have been a very good trade. If I'd missed it with this one, I would have gone in this candle here and boom. So I missed this. I mean, I just when I saw that this zone was taken out, I just felt like I'm done. So this will have been another good trade in the month. Now look at how I will have made up for all the losses, and it will have been so nice. So this shows that, and this was on the 30th. Now this has reinforced two things for me. Number one, I don't go with the fact that, the year is about to come to an end and all of that. No, I think my system does not really respect that. Yes, some months here and there would not be good, but it's fine. It's because I got a trade on 30th. Again, I will not trade on Christmas or New Year and stuff. Those are holidays. But I got another trade on the 27th. 2 good days just after the celebration. So this month should have been a good month, but psychology and stuffs. And I'm happy that, I can document this in my journey. And, years to come, I'll look back and say, this was a good one. So, yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for staying to the end. If you've not subscribed, please do so. Please like and share. Again, this year, I promise that I'm going to be doing more live streams. So what I'm going to do is I'll set up the zones. When I see that to have probable zones, then I would go live I think I've been testing, and I think we're ready to go live. I'll go live, and I plan to bring other content. I think I'm getting to like cycling, nutrition, and some other things. So this year is going to be a good year. Again, till the next video, stay blessed and ensure you're sticking to your rules and trying to make the best out of your system. Till then, have a good one. Bye.